Hello everyone, I hope I am audible. So myself Anushka, your speaker for today, and in today's video, we are going to discuss about the 01 knapsack problem using dynamic programming approach. So before we take a look into the problem statement, I want to make it clear to you guys that what is dynamic programming. So dynamic programming is basically the idea to store the result of subproblems such that we do not have to recompute them again when we need them later in the future. So let us move ahead to the problem statement. Okay, so I hope you guys are aware about the fractional knapsack problem. There we were given some weight and we had some corresponding profits, and we have to make the selection, make the choice of these items in such a way that we make the maximum profit, given that the knapsack capacity is 8. So that was a constant upon us. So there we had the provision of either selecting the item completely or selecting the item in fractions. But in this problem, 01 knapsack problem, as the name suggests, we can either select the item completely, that is 1, or we cannot select the item, that is 0. Now here the quantity for each item, okay, whatever quantity is present in the list, the quantity for each item is 1, right? So let us move ahead. We are going to use our 2D matrix to store this record. Now what record I am talking about? This side. So just see, let's have a look on it. This side we are having the knapsack capacity, that is 0 up to 8. This side we are having the weight, and this side we are having the price. We have sorted this price and weight list in the ascending order of the weight. This is your I index. Okay. So for the first time, when the value of I is 0, that is the 0th element of the weight list, we don't have any 0th element. So this entire list will become, row will become 0. Similarly, when the knapsack weight is 0, we cannot store anything in the list. So this entire side column will become 0. Moving on, when the value of I becomes 1, that is the weight for the item is now 3. So when the knapsack weight is 1, we cannot store it. For 2, we cannot store it. For 3, we can store it. Hence, the profit for the weight item of weight 3 is 2. So we're going to write over here 2. Similarly, we are going to implement this part. Now we can implement this very simply. Why? Because before 3 we don't have any other element. So obviously the maximum profit that we can have is 2. Moving on, we'll be moving on to the second element, that is index. When i's index is 2, the weight is 4. So for this, obviously this 2 part will be 0. But whenever we'll be calculating for 2, we will be having a formula over here. What does the formula says? It says MIW, that is 2 comma 3. Right, for 2 comma 3, we are going to have the maximum of I comma I minus 1 comma W, that is 1 comma 3, that is this element, plus M of I minus 1, that is 1 comma 3 minus 4, 3 minus 4 plus 3, that is your 0. So this element. So maximum of this two element. So 0 comma 2. That is obviously it's going to come here too. So in this way, we are going to compute this entire table. I'm not going to show you for each element because we have a time constraint. Anyway, so as we complete this table and reach the end of this table, we will make sure that this element, the bottommost right corner element, is your maximum profit. So this is your maximum profit. So you have to select the item in such a way that you have this as your profit. So with that, I would like to end my presentation and further give the control to Mandir and Tanya, who would guide you through the implementation, complexity, and code as well. So thank you everyone. Have a nice day ahead.
Thank you, Anushka. As per the explanation given by my teammate, I Mandira will now explain the 01 knapsack problem using brute force method. We start off with defining a function which returns the maximum value corresponding to the subset of the items selected. Here, capital W is the capacity of the bag, WT is the weight of the items, P is profit, and N is the number of items. Here we check if the weight of the n-1th item is greater than capacity of the bag or not. If it is, we exclude the current item and move on to the next item without considering the two possibilities. Else, if the weight is less than the capacity of the bag, The optimal value will be max of the two possibilities. That is, if included, we add the value of the item P of n minus 1 and decrease the capacity by the weight of the item, capital W minus WT n minus 1, and then move on to the next item n minus 1. If excluded, the capacity remains the same, that is capital W, and hence proceeding to the next value n minus 1. Now, thinking about the base condition, the changes occur only to the number of items and the capacity. So we check if n is equals 0 or w is equals 0. Then return 0 without any changes. Here we have got the driver's code with all the possible values that we needed from the example, and from here we get the maximum value as 6. The time complexity here is big O of 2n since we check two cases for each item. As no extra space is taken, the space complexity is big O of 1. With this, I hand over the presentation to Tanya.
Good morning everyone, this is Tanya and I'll be explaining you the code for knapsack problem using dynamic programming. So here in my code, in the first line, I have created a knapsack function which takes 4 arguments, W. First argument is W, that is the weight of the knapsack, WT, that is the weight array, val, that is the value array, and n, that is the size of the weight or value array. And then we have created a 2D array of size W plus 1 into n plus 1. Where W is the weight of the knapsack and n is the size of the weight array. After that, we are building that table using bottom-up approach. Here, we are traversing all the rows of the table K till n plus 1, and for each row, we are traversing all the columns W. And if we are encountering I is equal to 0 or W is equal to 0, that is, if we are not taking any element from weight array, or if we are not considering weight of the knapsack, that is the weight of the knapsack to be 0, then the maximum value that we can get will be 0. So we are updating that particular row or column with 0. Else we have a condition if the weight we have of the weight array at the index I minus 1 is less than or equal to the weight of the column. Then we take the maximum value by once considering the weight of that index I minus 1 plus the value of the table at the leftover weight W minus WT I minus 1, or once by not considering it, that means once we are not considering that index weight, and once we are considering that index weight, and we take the maximum value of both two index and we update that particular cell KIW with the maximum value of these two things. And then we have the third condition: if the weight of the weight array at index I minus 1 is greater than the column, then we are not considering that element. Since we cannot fill the knapsack with the weight that is greater than the knapsack. So we if we encounter that condition, then we are updating the value. Then we are not taking it, and we are updating the value with the previous row and the same column. At the end, we are returning the maximum value that we will be getting at the last row and the last column of the table K, that is K and W. After that, in the driver's code, I have taken two arrays, two lists. First one is value that contains 60, 100, and 120, and the weight array that contains 10, 20, and 30. And then we have the weight of the knapsack, that is 50. N is the length or the size of the value array, or you can call it a list in Python. And then we are calling the knapsack function by passing four parameters, that is W, weight array, value array, and then that is the size of the weight array. Now I'll be running the code in order to show you if it's working or not. So let's run the code, python knapsack.py. We're getting the value 220. So how we are getting this value? While we are considering value array as this and weight array as this, and if we take these two weights, then we can fill the entire knapsack of weight 50, that is 30 plus 20, and its maximum and its value will be 120 plus 100, that will be 220, and that is the maximum value we'll be getting. So this is our correct answer. Thank you.